Everybody in the galaxy. Welcome back to planet Earth. How we doing? I'm doing great. You know what time it is. It's 2:22 where I'm at. And I want to thank all of you for the extreme amount of dedication that you have for my shows. I admit I misscheduled my last Ease show for 3:03 a.m. my time, of course. You guys know we always do Monosynth Monday on 3:03 p.m. So to celebrate, we're in the PM where I'm at, but I'm going to play you a little song of mine. It's called 2:22 a.m. Check it out. This is the Moody Mix by yours truly, Electric Archaic. We got Master Tiger in the chat. How you doing, Master? We got Kenneth in the chat. Welcome back. We got Kiera in the chat, of course. Of course. We got Dolphin in the chat. How you doing, Dolphin? We got Kiera in the chat saying, EA Channel is my new boom festival. Well, thank you, Kiera. We got Hen in the chat. We got Gonzin in the chat. All of the usuals. This is my favorite part. You ready? Very good. Let's see here. We got the Tape Tuesday Tascam, of course. Let's see if we can harmonize. We got Kiera in the chat. She's saying, I had the most insanely positive and productive day. It's good to hear. Ease last night worked wonders on my vibration. Thanks, EA and crew. You are welcome. You are all welcome. Oh, I've been talking about my Ease show for quite a long time. So it was nice to just go wha-bam-bam with a double function, a double feature. Yeah, we did 2 Ease shows in a row. Oh, what do y'all think about that? I said yesterday in the chat during Ease 03. And that's Electric Archaic Soundscape Expeditions. I'm wearing my Ease shirt today because I'm feeling all nice and charged up from it. Yeah, that was that was a little bit of freakiness there, but that's how we do it. We keep it real. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, my Ease show, that's a live cassette tape DJing, tape looping. I don't know if I'm the only one doing it that way, but that'd be cool for today. What I do, and Hen had some questions, so ask the questions in the chat, Hen, and I will answer them. But anyways, to get back to what I was originally talking about, I was talking about in the chat room yesterday how it was weird to play 2 shows in a row where there was no talking. Done a lot of talk shows since I started my live stream, and it's a lot of fun to talk to you guys. A little bit random, you know? Anyways, I'm wondering if I can guess what one of Hen's questions is. And because I was thinking, so I do this thing with the Ease show, since I have, limited studio space and only a few camera views here. I was thinking that Hen was wondering if I was mixing on just one Tascam or if I was only showing one Tascam, because the second Tascam, yeah, that gives me 8 tracks, is right here. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. So it's pretty freaky because I'll be doing something on this Tascam over here and also something on this Tascam over here. And then I can do the big jellyfish. I didn't know if that's one of your questions. That was Hen's second question, apparently. Well, fire off the first question, my friend. Let's see, maybe I already fired off that question in the chat. I got to catch up. Whoa, it's a bustling chat today, and you know that. I love a bustling chat room. I don't know. I try to make it obvious during the Ease show by doing the jellyfish. I guess that's what we'll call it. We'll call it the jellyfish when I got my camera 1 hand and camera 2 hand. Whoa. It's a little bit ghostly over here. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, if you missed out on the Ease shows, I got a playlist on my channel, and I have the links in the description. Although I think in this description here, I got Ease 02, but we did Ease 03 yesterday, and it was kind of a UFO start your engines highway in the skyway. It's freaky. It's freaky. So I'm glad you guys like it, because sometimes I listen back and I wonder, wow. That's some freaky soundscape stuff there. Okay, let me see if I can grab this. First question from Hen was, when is the next Ease show? Well, we got to talk about what kind of with a theme we want to do. Kiara said La Selva, which means the jungle, and we do have Hen's tape. That's the monkey tape. At the last minute there, Hen said something to the extent of, do I hear some monkeys in the background? And so I whipped out Hen's tape, and that's the freaky monkey tape loop we made weeks ago on a Tape Tuesday episode. So I'm thinking, let's get some votes, because we're going to start running out of biomes or out of themes, although there's infinite themes. But we've covered some of my most favorite themes. The first one, Ease Episode 1, is a sci-fi city soundscape, kind of like a cyberpunk feeling. And I played this Electrified Rain in that soundscape quite a bit. And I'm playing that right now for you guys. Let's get some effects going. I've left my Ease setup because I don't know what we're going to do today, you guys. I feel like we could make a tape loop from a tape. We could do the camera 1, camera 2 situation where we pop in a tape and record a tape loop to tape with the tape. You guys know I have a bunch of battery-powered synthesizers. I got some other things, too. If anyone has any special requests, let me know. But, Ease, episode 4. I don't know. When should we schedule that? Should we schedule that for next Tuesday? I got this thing where I'm oscillating now between Monosynth Monday and an Ease, and Tape Tuesday and an Ease, which might be a good configuration, unless you guys really want to see me fumble around with a splicing block and the cassette tape dispenser. We got Hen with another question. The next question is about the sound. Which plugins do you have in the Ableton chain? Reverb, delay, and some limiter. Oh, okay. Let me see. So for yesterday's show, it was a little... I'm always evolving, and I think that everyone who's alive should be striving to evolve. Ideally. Anyways, there's my little plug for humanity there. No. So yesterday, unfortunately, there was a bit of a glitch because I had a field recording playing in the Ableton, so it wasn't a pure tape show. And then the stuff with the Kid Mac computer, 1987, that was also in Ableton. So I don't know why, but it wasn't buffered or something. Luckily it didn't glitch out the whole time. I was a little bit scared about that. So I had a Soundscape going in the Ableton, and that has probably a Valhalla reverb, or is it the delay? I have both of them, but I think it's, oh man, I don't know. I don't have that project open. But yeah, so I do use some reverb and echo in the Ableton, but also, as you might be able to hear right now, let's see if I can make it swell for you. I have an Avalanche Run. That's the Avalanche Run. And I want to get this to be a bit better. My setup is very all over the place, and it changes. So if you want me to admit something else here today, I will admit that I'll do this for the science, okay? I'm going to let it slide here, and I'll tell you. For Ease episode 2, I did a big no-no in my Ableton. I had it's sometimes a lot preparing for these shows, but in the Ableton, I have usually 2 tracks coming in that are hard panned left and right, of course, from my DJ mixer. And that's where I'm DJing the 2 Tascams. The DJ mixer is just right here, but it's not. I don't have a camera for it because then that would block the camera for me, and I'm more important than the mixer, right? One can dream, right? So this mistake I made, and I feel really bad about it, but Kiara was telling me it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's nice to have a soundscape that has no bass on it. And I found that out after the fact that I had my channel for the Avalanche Run, which is an echo and reverb pedal. And you can dial in anyways, that's a lot of technicals today. So the Avalanche Run has 2 tracks in here that are also hard panned left and right in the Ableton. And I like to shelf up the bass. For you, it would look like that, You're cutting out all of the bass. And I like to do that on the Avalanche Run to kind of cut through some of the mud. We like our mud and our dirt coming straight from the Tascam. Anyways, so I, by accident, didn't check all of my plugin chain for Ease 02. So if you go back and listen to that, it's really nice on an iPhone, probably not so nice on the hi-fi system. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the live stream up because it's a historical document, right? Like Galaxy Quest. Because the chat room, there's a lot of cool magic that happens in the chat room. A lot of friends being made. Also, welcome back, Throne Warmer. I'm going to call you Throne if you're okay with that. I give everyone a slightly modified nickname if I feel like it. So that's going to be yours. Throne, welcome to the family. Throne in the chat is saying, I very much enjoyed it and will revisit again. Talking about the Ease show, I imagine. It's hard for me to keep up on all of the chat. Yes, Master Tiger. It is an Earthquaker device. I'd show it to you, but do I dare? So sometimes it's a bit of a... I guess I can do it here. Let's do it. So in the Ease show, you'd see me reaching over every now and then and doing the freaky delay, and that's because it's right here. Ooh, I got to be careful with that. That's the Earthquaker Avalanche. I've had that for I think since 2020. I like it. It's stereo, but I have a bit of an issue because oh my gosh, my signal chain is so weird. And so thanks for asking about it, Hen, so I can just burn copious amounts of time talking about things and not making tape loops. I joke, I got to get all my jokes back in because doing 2 shows without talking, that's a lot of not talking. Thank you, Throne. Throne saying yesterday's show was awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. I want to, of course I'm going to get better, but I also want to get better at making my Ease show feel a little bit more at ease. But I also like the juxtaposition and the irony of the Ease show being a little bit ghostly and freaky, of course. Where's Freaky? I see you, Freaky. That is one freaky Teddy there. Maybe it's the Freaky. Maybe if I send Freaky Teddy on vacation, I'll be able to do an Ease show without freaking out. No, I like it. I think there are a lot of very calm and boring, repetitive soundscapes out there, so I like something to kind of get down into your subconscious and debride a little bit of the stagnancy there and come on, we gotta get it moving here. Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure if I answered all your questions, Hen, about my signal chain, but I do have, if I'm running a track in the Ableton up here, I will usually have some kind of reverb and echo. If you want to know specifically what plugins I'm running, I like to use the Valhalla reverb and echo. And I also enjoy the delay that's just a built-in delay on Ableton. And then I do this thing where I don't sync them up. Oops, time to flip the tape. Let's flip it. Okay. So what was I talking about? I was talking about how on my Ableton delay, I like to unsync them and then make the milliseconds just slightly different on one of the channels, the left channel and the right channel. So one would just be at 0 milliseconds and the other is at whatever I feel like, but usually it's about 1.4 milliseconds or something. So then it's not just a clone on each side. It's more of a and that adds some width. I always need width when working with vintage stuff. Anyways, yeah, we got a new one in the chat. Sebenezer, is that how you say it? Echo equals Valhalla delay. Yes, that's one of them, but I use the Ableton delay because it's just straight up. Let me see. Do you want me to open it up for you guys? I don't have my Ease show template here. I got my Tape Tuesday template, but I'll have a look for you. Just hang on in there. Okay, so my mistake. I know I have the Valhalla echo or delay, but what I'm mainly talking about is vintage verb, Valhalla vintage verb, and is that kind of an emulation of an old Elysis? Is that the MIDI verb? I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's trying to emulate one of those old 90s home studio or rack effects that was a digital delay. So it's you get the magic, I guess, just straight in the VST. Oh, we got JJ. We got JJ in the chat. Welcome back, JJ. How you doing, my man? Okay. Whew. Well, that was a lot of excitement, even though it was Monosynth Monday. So what do we want to do? We can keep talking. Oh, man. I did a lot of tape stuff yesterday. Did you guys see me on the show? I was going back and forth with tape loops. Yeah, you got to swap them out pretty fast. But I do like to supplement my tape loops with some kind of a long soundscape. The downside of that is that it takes up the tape machine for however long you're playing it. So sometimes I'll have the soundscape going here like I do now with Electrified Rain. And I'll just be swapping out tape loops in the other machine. It's really cool. I really enjoy DJing the two Tascams. I'd like to say, here, I'll pull a Bill Alexander moment once again. I'd like to be the greatest teacher on the planet. But in my case, I'd like to be the first person on the planet to DJ with two Tascams. Although, that's kind of a big claim. I'm not sure if I can make that claim. All right. So we got Kenneth in the chat saying Voyager space. Let me get this a little bit closer. I'm always having a tough time reading from the chat room. We'll do a little bit of story time here. Kenneth is saying Voyager spacecraft carries a golden record containing a diverse selection of music intended to represent Earth. An alien civilization, if an alien civilization has found the Voyager and sent a message back, send more Chuck Berry. Oh, yeah. Was that in a movie? Send more Chuck Berry. I love that. We need more Chuck Berry. Let it rock and let it roll. In my case, with the 303, it's not really rock and roll. It's more of a let it slide. I don't know. Should we pull out the 303 and make a tape loop with that again? We missed out on Monosynth Monday, but I had a fair amount of 303 craziness on the tape loop selection yesterday. I hope you guys caught that. Master Tiger saying SNL. Maybe that was a Saturday Night Live skit where the aliens get the golden record from Voyager and say, send more Chuck Berry. We got JJ in the chat saying, more cowbell. Oh, I could pull out the TR-08 and we can do some cowbell tape loops. Because, we're on a bit of an alien theme here. We had the UFOs flying every which way in the E's yesterday. And we know they like cows for something. I'm not sure if it's for the cowbell, but maybe they enjoy the sound of the cowbell as the cow is levitating up into the spaceship. All right, so let me clean up this a little bit, unless we want to do... I don't know. I have... there's a bit of... So, let me tell you about this, and I'll play you a tape here. Let me tell you something. So this is one of my loop tapes. I picked this up from Cryptic Carousel. That's a great website to get all sorts of cassette tape related things. But as you can see, it is an infinite loop tape. Now, this is for... You guys remember in the 90s? I guess the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Maybe more so the 80s and the 90s. There were these answering machines. So if you called in to maybe some government office or I don't know, whatever, they would have these infinite loop cassettes in a machine that would play the message, and you can get these in varying lengths. But I took a little piece of music here from one of my tracks, The Seas of Terra Vega. Of course, when you do a recording session, there's all sorts of tracks and takes that don't get put into the final production. So it's nice to make remixes out of those, of course. And sometimes there's just fully formed little snippets of amazingness that didn't make the cut. So I polished up this it's like a little island in the Seas of Terra Vega project. If you don't know, that's one of my songs. It's the intro song to my album, Vega Starshine. You can check that out on streaming platforms. But this is a nice little piece here. So what I did, since this is an infinite loop, it only goes one way. You can't even rewind it. It just the tension is set up just right to where the tape comes out of the middle here and hops the pin. I mean, it hops the tape and goes down in loops. And then you can watch for it. There's a metal splice that you can see. Anyways, I wanted to play you this. I did play this on E's episode 2, but there was something strange with it. It had a bunch of clicks. And I'm going to go in and fix those clicks. I'm also going to... I have the bass for that show recorded. So I'm going to release... E's 1, 2, and 3 before I get piled in them too much on my SoundCloud. I might re-release them here on YouTube. If you guys would like that, let me know in the comments or the chat. I can certainly do an updated, or I guess remastered version of all the E's shows. And I can also use the video. I don't know, we can do all sorts of things, really. But I was thinking that SoundCloud would be a good place for that, for the hi-fi E's shows. And then you can also listen to some of my DJ sets there. I got some cool DJ sets right now. Back-to-back with Key Era, some acid house, some really freaky, fast-paced stuff. But I'm going to play you this because I'm wondering... I was thinking maybe we would just play our... Oh, it helps to have the power on. Got to do that. And then there's a little bit of a pop on this Tascam. The preamps, they warm up, I guess, and they go... Maybe only when the level's up. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is a lovely piece of music that I got here. And, hey! This is a preview for E's episode 4. How about that? Anyways, I'm not sure what would be causing these crackles that I was hearing. But this tape loop is really cool because I recorded, I think it's 2 different segments of the Seas of Terra Vega kind of periphery island sound waves. And ooh, it's just nice. Maybe I'll just let that slide for a minute. I can tell we're all now fully addicted to the E's. Anyways, that's a little preview. It sounds very sci-fi indeed. There's some planet out there in someone's mind, I think his name was Frank, called, was it Caledon? Oh man, I could have said Arrakis, but that does sound very... Arrakis, doesn't it? I'll show you what I'm doing here. So on this tape, it's cool because I recorded stereo on track 3 and 4 and also stereo on track 1 and 2. So they blend with each other randomly. So I got two songs that I can work with here. That's a really cool synthesizer as well. That's the Korg X3. That's JJ in the chat. That's his synthesizer. It's a little bit on the fritz right now, so I'm gonna have to fix it. But geez, guys, that one's a little bit complicated. Okay, so let's see. We got Kiera in the chat saying, JJ, the original tape master. Indeed, JJ is the tape master. We're going to have to pull out some of those old pictures, my friend, of you in the 90s having a session with the ADAT. We still have a box of demos. All those good old tracks, all those songs. Is this why I have a Tape Tuesday show? Because I grew up in my dad's recording studio, surrounded by tapes all the time. Whew. So yeah, it's strange because I haven't heard any of those pops and crackles, but I don't know. With the live show, it's a little bit raw. It's a little bit live. I don't know. It used to really bother me when there was mistakes on the live show, but I just got to let them slide, man. There's always another show. So I was thinking we could make a tape loop using this recording. Might be kind of cool. But, we can always do something else. Let me know what you're thinking. Maybe some of you already have. Let me know in the chat. I'm not sure. That's a bustling chat. Like I said before. Ooh. We got Throne in the chat. Talking about my Soundcloud. Throne is saying, I listened to Acid Wash 003 on Soundcloud yesterday. Loved the high energy. Got me all organizational. That's good, yeah. Acid Wash 003. Yeah, it's funny. I've had a battle with these numbers. So I still am a computer programmer, but that's what I used to do. That's my background, I guess. Well, music is my real background. Then I got into programming. I digress. I let you know everything that is on my mind. So as a programmer, you got to have zeros in front of the numbers, or else if you just do 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 9, then when they organize as files, the 1 is going to start being next to the 10 and the 11, and it throws everything off. So you got to put zeros in front of the files so that they line up in the correct sequential order. And the reason why I mention that is because I guess on Acid Wash, I think that I'll be able to do over 999 acid washes. I guess we're gonna have to have some some serious medical advancements. Maybe some of those friendly aliens from the upstairs department could come down and help us live for 303 years so that I can see the year 100. See the year 100. Okay, that's my sign. I'm talking too much. We got to get to work. But yeah, it's silly. I guess I think I'm going to do more acid washes than I'm going to do Monosynth Mondays and Tape Tuesdays. Although I could just have a crazy one and do 20 acid washes in a week, whereas I can't exactly do 20 Monosynth Mondays or Tape Tuesdays in a week. So maybe that's where the number came from. Although the Ease show, I don't know, I can see Master Tiger typing already. Ease week, ease week, ease week. I need a lot more tape loops, my friend. Maybe you guys can start sending me some tape loops. That'd be cool, actually. That would be cool. Maybe we'll have to open up the P.O. box to you guys. Let me know if you think that's a fun idea. Send me some tape loops. I'll play them in the next Ease show. Let's collaborate. Anyways, we got Dolphin in the chat saying, "Oh, you better believe those aliens have helped build our world." Yeah, I think they helped build us. And maybe we helped build them. Who knows? It'd be nice to get the correct storyline there. I was watching some strange YouTube videos with JJ this last weekend about the Anunnaki. And I bring that up because I used to make a lot of songs with my friend with my best friend in Vegas when I was in high school. We were in high school. We were the weirdos, man. We were all into the Anunnaki. This is way back in 2003, 2004. And I promise to you, I'm not a dinosaur. Everything was about just aliens and pyramids. And I'd like to say we were pretty on point with that stuff 20 years ago. And now it's just common knowledge that there's a little bit more going on than what the history books have told us. But I guess it was humans that wrote those books. I want to hear some stories from aliens. The friendly ones, of course. I don't know, maybe we can put... Okay. I'll drop it right there. We got Dolphin in the chat saying, we need each other. Yes. Well, you know, in the higher levels, we are each other. Everything is one. And you're the one. But I say that at the end of my show, so... We're just getting started here. So I got to make a decision. Well, no, actually, I got to shut this thing down, so let's do that. I'm going to take this machine off the table, and I'll leave you with a little bit of electrified rain here, but we got to make our tape loop today, right? Oh, man, Gonzin. It was Gonzin, if I remember correctly, that said, it's part of the Tape Tuesday ritual. We've got to make a tape loop on the Tuesday, so give me just a moment here. I will... as gently as I can, because that's a lot of stuff. It's kind of a balancing act here. I got all the gear right on the table here. Okay, so what am I going to do that could be... Okay, I'm going to turn down the level of the Tascam. We don't want any crazy snap, crackles, and pops, do we? Going to unplug this baby. We got to make room for our tape loop. Whew. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm talking about there. That's a super snap. Oh, welcome to the world of Electric Archaic. And there goes the tape ruler. Down to the ground. This is my second favorite machine. Second only, of course, to the TB303. Okay, now this is the part where we gotta get our tape loop making skills back online. I am missing a mic stand, so maybe I can do the ooh. Yeah, that might just work. Okay, it's tape loop time. How's the lighting? We'll do it in the dark this time. A little bit moody. Okay, so as you know, I got my high bias Fuji Type 2 high bias cassette tape. I've got the sacrificial tape here, and you'll notice this is already a tape loop, but if you know, it's got way too much tape there. I think this popped up while I was reviewing tapes for the Ease show, and it just wouldn't spin. We can give it a play here. We can give it its last chance if you want. Let's see, because I want to fix it. It's a nice clear shell. Right. Let's see if we can get this to play a little bit, but it was not. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's got a lot of echo happening here. I'll turn that down a little bit. Not sure what the deal was. Maybe it's just a blank tape loop, but I think it gets stuck because it's just way too loose. And it's got the old school splice. So, let's just fix it. I think we're gonna fix it up. Enjoy the silence. Ooh, almost got worried about getting a copyright strike there. Don't sing it. Yeah, who knows? Okay, so yeah, we got the Ease. Well, no, that's electrified rain. Woo! I have so much stuff going on. I hope you guys are all enjoying the freakiness. Welcome to my world. Give me a like and subscribe if you want to dive a little bit deeper with me. We got Kiara in the chat saying, "Keep that cosmic perspective, Dolphin Marlane." Let's all get cosmic with our perspective. You gotta be like Master Tiger. I was chatting with Master Tiger a little bit before the show today. Apparently, Master Tiger walks 7 miles every night in the dark. And I'm not sure what's going on with my zoom. Come on, the tape's down here. There we go. Great. That's very impressive, Master, and also inspiring. It makes me want to go outside in the dark more often. I had one of my friends told me, well, we could get cosmic. You want to get a little bit cosmic with our perspective here. We got Pluto has moved into Aquarius. Some of you may know, and that's kind of a big deal because Pluto moves very slow indeed. But I am an Aquarius myself, and so I've been welcoming Pluto into the sign of weirdness and whatever else Aquarius represents. We won't get too deep into that today, but anyways, one of my astrologer friends told me, you got to get into the darkness. You got to go out into the dark. And I was wondering if he meant that literally, and so I asked him, do you mean go outside at night in the dark? And he said, yeah, that too. So I guess he meant a little bit metaphorical there in the beginning, but okay, so this is a little bit different, of course. Gosh, I love to say that. And I can turn the overhead light on and blind you a little bit, but I think I'll just leave it a little bit moody, since I did play the moody mix to start off this episode today. Oh, yeah, and it's already been made up into tape loop, so it has the... does it? I don't know why it's a little bit sticky, but this is the fun part. We make a tape loop on Tape Tuesday. For those of you who are just brand new to my channel, and this is the part where you got to be a little bit careful because you can lose these pins here. There's some pins inside of these wheels, and then there's the little, like a little disc tray there. Anyways, maybe I will add a little bit of extra light here, but I don't like the VHS camera too much. Let's see if this will be good. Yeah, I kind of like that. I can always clear up the analog a bit too. Right, so some of our work has been done for us, but the tricky part, we got to do that. We got to do it. So we're going to take this old janky tape loop, and well, I did have the splicing tape back then. I do like that. I'm just going to throw that. I'm just going to throw that over there. I'll worry about that later. So I got a new technique for making a tape loop, and I explained it really well on a couple episodes ago. Maybe it was episode 13. I'm not sure, but you can see I have some of the splicing tape here marking 9-inch and 10-inch, and there's, yeah, I got some markings here too. Anyways, I know what those markings mean, and it has to do with the splicing block here, because I got the markings on the splicing block as well. And I have this little piece of tape leader that I've taped a loop into to help me kind of remove it. Probably can't see that much, but that's part of the technique. All right? Now, the splicing block allows you to cut the tape at an angle. For those of you who are just joining us, it's going to be like that. Shink! And that's what that marking right there is for. So what I do, I get this tape, my handy-dandy Type 2 cassette tape dispenser here. I pull out a little bit of tape, and you got to make sure you got the tape going in the right direction. I've had a couple of times where oh man, I made a whole handful of tape loops when I figured out this technique, and turns out that most of them were taped backwards. Taped on the wrong side. So the inside of the tape is where you want to tape, but if you do it the other way, it will not record the sound, and it's very sad, especially after you just made 20 of them. So with this technique, there's a little bit of waste. Ooh, and I need it's been a while since I made a tape loop, you guys. We're gonna rediscover it together. But I got my little razor, I got my splicing tape and my washi tape. We got all the gear right on the table here. That's so funny. I said that a long time ago, and I just keep saying it. I guess you could call it a saying. So you got to be careful with these splicing blocks. I got mine from this company called Spliceit. Spliceit.com, I think. Oh, see, that's what I'm telling you, to be careful. And then I just went ahead and mangled the tape. So I'm going to get a little bit of extra here because you don't want to mangle the tape. I guess Gonzin was correct. It is the Tape Tuesday ritual. And, I guess another part of that ritual is that my back gets a little bit out of whack, the back. I do it for ya. It's not sticking the way. Okay, come on. So this tape, the splicing block is a little bit thinner. The channel in there is a little bit thinner than the tape, but then it also has a bit of a concave shape to it. So it kind of holds the tape right there in place. Oh, right. And one thing I did forget is my scissors. I'm going to have to go grab a pair of those from over here. Edward scissors in my hands. Okay. Just get rid of this little extra. You don't want these to get lost in your machines. That wouldn't be too cool. And I didn't start the tape timer. I don't have a tape timer. I keep joking about having a tape timer so I can race my previous times. Anyways, so the trick here is I got these measured out just right. Ooh, that's nice. A little bit of light helps you. I can't see anything, you guys. I do it for the mood. Okay, so these two markings, you see on the ruler and on the splicing block. It's a bit out of frame. There we go. So I got it to where I just line those up, and I pull out some tape here, and I go all the way down to the end of the ruler, and I use the end of the ruler to just get the right. Well, it's not exactly the right length yet, but you'll see here in just a second what makes it the right length. So don't Mobius it. And that just means that the loop is twisted. You want it to be a nice loop. Have you ever seen a Mobius tire on a car? I don't think so, no. Now we can start talking about Mobius planet. That might be interesting. Okay, so here's the part where this little chunk of leader comes in here. I grab that and I cover this up so that I can pull out the excess without harming the beauty of the tape and the way it's been sat in there. That makes sense. And now I got it all measured out perfectly, so when I cut the tape down here, that gives me this little extra, and I line that up right there, and that gives me a perfect, I think it's exactly 9 inches, and that is the length that I like to go for, and that is without hopping the pins. So there's a couple of these pins in the cassette tape shell. Yeah, it's being a little fussy today. Usually the tape kind of stays down in there. I'm not sure. I can't see it that good, but just as long as you got your length lined up the right way, and you have this part right here over the splice nice and secure in the splicing block, you should be good to go. Take a nice brand new fresh one razor, and I like to cut down and forward You don't want to chop it because that will tend to pull the tape down in there, and yeah, it's not going to give you the best splice. So let's see. It's been a while. Let's see if I can do it. Shoo. Oh, so quick. We'll find out, though. We'll see how loud that splice will be. Okay, and now that leader allows me to get in here with some tweezers and either pull that out. I can just pull it up. It's a little rough because it does... The splicing block kind of wants to mangle anything you got in there. But you got to take out that excess. And look at that. You can't even see. You can't even tell. Now that's it's got a nice splice cut like that. And that alleviates some of the sound when the tape loop splice goes over the playhead of your tape machine. Okay? Now we're going to... we say tape a lot on this show, and we say splice a lot on this show. So I'm going to find the splice. I guess that's a splice, right? And cut myself a nice little piece of tape leader out. Feels good to be back. On Tape Tuesday, I did 2 episodes back to back. What was that? 3 weeks ago? Man, time really does fly, doesn't it? And then last week we did not do a Tape Tuesday. We did E's show, episode 2. I highly recommend you check out some of those previous episodes. Okay, so I grabbed my tweezers here, and I like to grab it just like so. Okay, now this is the part where you can, well, don't say it. Let's manifest a nice, clean, successful tape application here. I think the trick is to, when you're going to do it at home, you'll be a lot closer to it than me. I have a microphone right in the way, so I'm gonna do my best here. I'll do my scientific best. Oh, God, it's a little scary. Maybe I will zoom in here so you can see. And I'm going to get the microphone out of my face. Maybe we can... I'm a little scared. It's been a couple of weeks. Okay, so I will say that might be the most important part right there. I don't know. There's a couple of very important parts. And then I just kind of push the tape down there. Now, this is another part that's important, and it may be a deal breaker, honestly. Don't lose your little leader protector there. Okay, so with this splicing block, it's the perfect length for these 9-inch tape loops. And I grab it like this, and I kind of just, it's weird, it just came right out. Maybe there's some variation in the tape width, but I don't know why that would happen. We've been using the same amount of tape this whole time. So I grabbed the happy splice there. We're hoping it's a happy splice. It looks pretty happy. And I just push down a little bit. There we go. Boom, baby. That's cause for celebration. Boom. Let's start the festivities. Woo! I'm sweating. It's a little bit... It's not a mission impossible, but it is a mission sweatable. Or whatever. Okay, now remember my last trick here is to find the splice. And... so the splice is right there. Where is it? There it is. See the little splice, and just get it out of the way when you do this part, and also get the reel out of the way. And you want to take it, put a little bit of tension, put some tension down, and like I said a little bit earlier, we're not hopping the pin, not this time, my friends. But tension helps you a little bit. And, I lost it. I guess when you don't make a tape loop, when you take a week off of making tape loops, it's going to take you about a week to make a tape loop. It's all about a little bit of tension, but a little bit of ease. Okay. There we go. It's nice. A nice happy tape loop. We think. We hope. Okay, now watch out for your square teeth. Get the chompa. And just be a little bit careful. Don't pinch the tape. Oh, we're pinching the tape. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no. Yeah. You just generally... Oh, there we go. We did it. We did it. And there's no slip mats in here. I've been enjoying the loops with the slip mat in there. Most tapes have some kind of a... It's like a plastic... I call it a slip mat. I don't know what it's actually called, but... Anyways, there we go. Thank you, splicing block. Thank you. New technique. Make sure to put this... Stay organized, you know. I gotta put that back in. Put that back into the splicing block. Okay, cool. Now I can clean this area up, and let's hope that this indeed is a happy tape loop. And where's my screwdriver? Okay, I will take one screw in the middle there, because there's no sense in screwing them all down if you got to just open it right back up. But I'm hoping we don't have to. I'm hoping we don't have to open. There it is. Whew. There you go, Gonzin. We're doing it for ya. No, I do agree though. It's a part of the ritual. The Tape Tuesday ritual. Gotta make a loop. Got to make a loop. Okay, let's throw it into the Tascam and see if it is happy. Listen for the splice. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Now with that new technique, there should be the least little amount of splice sound. And I think that is indeed, my friends, a happy tape loop. Yes. Let's do the tape jig. Yes. Woo. I'm just happy that I don't have to be hunched over cutting any more tape than we need to. Okay. How we doing in the chat? Oh, we got Richard in the chat. Welcome back, Richard. Okay. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Let's get some love in the chat room here. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sending you guys some of my love. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got Key Era in the chat. Is it true? Is it indeed true? She is saying we have a 400 subscriber update. Yes! I don't know. Do I need to invent a subscriber jig? What would that be? Thumbs up or... No, that's the like. Give me a like and subscribe. I'll do... Maybe I'll try to do the Talking Heads thing. I gotta get a big jacket for that. We got 400 subscribers. Oh, man. We got Crab Apple in the chat saying, I can't hear anything. We got a lot of new people in the chat. We got Gray in the chat. Can we hear the loop? Yeah. Oh, that's why you can't hear anything. I'm not sure if you're talking about in general. Yeah, we got sound. I'll check for you, though. We definitely have sound. But yeah, you can't hear anything because it's a blank, brand new blank tape loop. We're going to record some sounds onto it, but if you joined us earlier, you would have heard how bad the splice can sound on a janky homemade tape loop. So with my new technique, it really alleviates the splice, and the splice is still there, and there's a lot of stuff that goes down with the splice. So if you record a bad take on a tape loop and you try to erase it, some of that sound gets stuck in the splice and won't erase. So it is good to try to nail it the first time. Okay, cool. Crabapple, welcome to the chat family. And also, I'm going to call you Gray. Is that okay? Yeah. Ooh, it's always nice to see some new friends in the chat. Okay, so have we decided what we're going to do, what we're going to record onto this brand new fresh tape loop that sounds oh so clean? We can pull out the Tascam and search through some of my other tapes and record tape to tape, and that'll give you an extra amount of analog crunch, I think. I can pull out any number of, I guess, little synths that I have. I got some Korgs. I got the Korg Volca FM. That's always a fun one, recording digital to analog. Gives you a nice kind of a 80s sounding freaky crunch. We got Gray in the chat saying, synth guy here was lost. Yeah, so welcome to the tape. Welcome to Tape Land. Welcome to the freakiness. Sorry, yeah, we've been doing the show for many a week, and I can't assume that you guys know what it is I'm talking about, right? Because you know what they say about assumptions. Makes a donkey out of you and me. Yeah, you're welcome, Gray. And also welcome, Gray. I'd love to see new faces in that beautiful chat room of mine. Anyways, keep it bustling. I'll fill you. Kiara likes to make fun of me for saying strange things every now and then. And one day we were talking after one of my shows, and she was talking about, yeah, there's so many people in the chat today. And I said, yeah, the chat room was bustling, and she will never let me live that one down, so I've got to lean into it. It's now the universal saying for when the chat room is popping off. Since that is indeed a happy tape loop, I'm going to just put the screws back in so I don't lose my screws. It's okay to have a couple of screws loose, but it is not okay to lose your screws. Oh boy. It looks nice too. Any little bit of contrast and color you can get on a nice tape loop, it does well, I think. Cool. All right, so that tape loop is ready to go. Let's see if anyone has mentioned a synthesizer or tape machine of choice. I don't know. You know me, I'm always doing my homework and stuff before shows. There's a lot of things to prepare here and there. And I didn't get any. Well, I left the ease setup because Hen had some questions about my ease setup, so I didn't prepare a synth. We got a TB303. I got a Korg Volca FM. I got Korg Volca keys. I got Korg Volca sample 2. We could try to do a beat on tape loop. That's always a little bit difficult, but very nice when you can land it. I got an Alesis Micron, but I don't want to pull that one out. I'm telling you guys, I don't want to. It's got a power cord. I prefer the ones with batteries, and that's one of my things with Behringer and the TD3. Mates, why didn't you put batteries in the TD3? Maybe they'll do an update where it has batteries so that we can have 10 of them running at once, and we don't have to have a bunch of wall warts. Anyways. The other option is we plug the Tascam right back in and we record some sounds from some tapes I have from one Tascam to the other Tascam. I don't think we've done that before. We have recorded Electrified Rain from just a normal cassette machine to the tape loop, but it's your guys' choice if you want it to be, or else I'll make a choice real quick for ya. We got Kiara in the chat saying, she's making fun of weird things I've said once again. I can always count on you for that. She's saying the time you said ancient feelings will always be the best, though. That's a song that Kiana and I... It didn't originate as a song. It originated as something I said. I think we were in a group of people, and we were all getting really woo-woo, talking about spirituality and whatnot, and I said something, and it was really from my heart. And I said, it's just something about those ancient feelings. And I think she lost it inside, although she didn't she didn't laugh on the spot. But we have since made we made a bit of a song with the Korg X3 synthesizer. Maybe we ought to put that X3 back in the Tascam, that little... My brain is really going fast today, guys. Anyways... we got Gray in the chat saying, the Volca hum. Do you mean the Volca FM? We got Volcas. I'm not seeing too many. We got Richard in the chat saying, janky is the new word for me. You know what a good one, a good substitute for janky is? Dodgy. And I like dodgy. I think I like dodgy more than janky, but janky, I do like that. I like that word. It's a good word. I think okay. Well, if that's one vote for the Volca FM, that's the only vote I can see. We will pull out the Volca FM and make something. It will be good because I want to make some more tape loops that have chords on them. All my Volca hum when... Oh, you're talking about the power hum. Yeah. Okay, because I was talking about how Behringer made their TB303 clone, a.k.a. the TD3, and it only has power cord. No batteries. So, oftentimes when you have a synthesizer that has a power supply or is plugged into the wall, there can be weird ground loops and things like that. And with the Volcas, yeah, if you try to play those on power cord, there is a nasty hum. It's like a low ground loop thing. My TB303 has a hum on batteries, but it's because of the LEDs and there's some kind of a ground loop. That is a repair I might try to do, but I'm a little bit scared. After, well, to give you some history, it's not very old history, but I replaced all the switches on my TB303, and it was scary indeed because that's a historical document there. I mean, I don't know. These old vintage synthesizers, we still use them, but at what point in time do they just get put in museums? I hope never, actually. But I do like to take good care of my vintage gear. Okay, we got Hen in the chat saying, maybe try something new. So, the tape-to-tape thing, let's do it. I have all the chords and things ready for that, so that might be the way to go. Let's bring the Tascam back out. All right, gotta get the tape loop making things out of the way. All right, yeah, this is my second Tascam here. You only, I guess, I don't know why I chose the other one. I don't think there's any specific reason why, but this is the Machine Unseen. Sometimes I think about just swapping them out. I got to name them, actually, is what I need to do so that you can know during my ease show which one is in the camera 1, camera 2 view. I'm having trouble finding where that power cord goes into. There we go. Yeah, let's see. Okay, boom. Okay, we got power. Now this might do a little bit of snap, crackle, pop. Hopefully it won't be too bad. You gotta love it. I just have live wires hanging around in my studio. It's not too cool, but it is a bit what's the word? Janky. All right, now that's a happy Tascam. And that might be a happy Jonah, too, because I think you just saved me a bunch of time, Hen. You could tell I wanted you guys to vote for the Tascam today. Now, let's see. This is what I... this is one thing I got to do. That one should be set up, well, in place. And I don't like how the shadow looks like it's got a weird tilt to it. I am definitely a perfectionist, but I try not to let it get in the way too much. Now this is what I do before my ease shows. I gotta line these things up just right, And it's not the easiest thing. It's not the quickest thing either. But I don't know what's going on. Oh, I gotta zoom out a little, maybe. Zoom in. Oh, zoom out. Let's see. It reminds me of that one episode in Star Trek where Wesley Crusher is telling Captain Picard that the Traveler, he just phased. And Captain Picard says, phased? What are you talking about? And that's one of those earlier 80s episodes. Anyways, as Star Trek progresses along, it makes you kind of laugh. Thinking that Captain Picard doesn't understand what phasing means. I mean, they deal with phase all the time. And then not to be confused with phase cancellation in the audio realm, which is also a thing that the captain should know about. That's pretty good. It looks like it's breathing a little bit. Okay, so I think we got the tape of my first choice in there at least, and let's see. I got to do something. Ooh, I got to get some kind of a cable going so I can route that in. And I think what I'll do is I had some kind of a headphone cable situation. I need one of these. Don't lose that. You know what it is. Those of you who know. DJs, I'm talking to you. I plug that into the headphone output of the Tascam, okay? And I got some cable somewhere. I should have a cable for that. Convert me. Oh, the cables. That's not the one. Although that might actually work as a monitor out. We could... I think I'll still do the headphone thing. Now that's a weird sound I've never heard before in electrified rain. I'm wondering if it's... that's weird. All right, so I finally found that cable. Guys, maybe one of these days I'll have to do a studio tour, but we got Dip in the chat. Welcome back, Dip. Saying Wesley, talking about Wesley Crusher in Star Trek. Wesley becomes a watcher in Picard. I won't spoil anything for you guys, but Wesley is a pretty special dude. One of my favorite Star Trek episodes ever is the Traveler. And what is that, like the 5th episode of Star Trek Next Generation? Anyways, I won't try to show too much of my geek here, but I guess we're doing some really geeky stuff anyway. Super nerdy. I don't know why that sounds so weird. Can you guys hear that? It's warbling. It's going... I hope my Tascam is okay. All right. Well, that's it for the Electrified Rain. I sure love that tape. I don't know what I would do without that. I think I'm gonna offer this on my Bandcamp at some point in time. But you know what I always say, or sometimes I say, that's a lot of work. Can I just do shows? Can I just do Monosynth Monday and Tape Tuesday? Okay, I got the Tascam here. I think I'll only do one track at a time, but we might be able to... I don't know if we should just use the same tape or... We'll use some different tapes. Welcome to my mind, but I guess I will plug in... I'll just take the left. I will take the left and I'll let the right slide. Okay, so I got the left one plugged in here. Now, let's see. So on the DJ mixer, this is interesting. This is good. It's good to do something a little bit different. Okay, this is the one we're gonna put the tape loop in, our blank tape loop. Okay, we'll play that so that we can listen for the splice, the very quiet splice. We'll set the pans all straight up and I'll drop the effects. It's nice to have some effects. And maybe I'll just plug in that other cable so it's not hanging loose. Okay. We got Kiara in the chat saying, Machine Unseen. That is an album title. And you know what I do? I gotta grab my notes and write that down. Machine Unseen. I'll play this here and see where... Oh, we gotta turn the other Tascam on. Yeah. Ooh. That's that crackle, snap crackle I was telling you about earlier. Okay, let's play this. And that's a lot of levels. It's like track level, master level, and the fader level on the DJ mixer that's just out of frame. Now here's the trick, I'll tell you. Here's a little bit of wisdom from Electric Archaic. When you channel down or you discover a nice phrase or anything or an idea, you gotta write it down that instant. You will forget it. I can't tell you how many song titles, album titles, just interesting little phrases my mind has caught that I didn't write down and they were gone. So Machine Unseen, and that's copyright by Kiara and Electric Archaic. That's ours. Great album. We're gonna make that album. Don't anybody else make that album. That's our album. Oh boy, we're giving away all our trade secrets. Kiara. There's enough to go around, right? Anyways, so I'm playing. Let's see. Yeah, so this is I'm calling this, I'm probably gonna release this. This sounds really cool. Maybe I'll do a whole soundscape based on the Seas of Terra Vega. But this is called Seas After. Maybe I need a better song title for that, but it's kind of like the after Seas of Terra Vega. I don't know. We got any good names in the chat? I'll take them. You can't take my names, but I'll take them from you. No. Let's keep it rolling. Okay. So let's find a spot that we like. I can't rewind it though. That's the thing about this infinite tape loop. And for those of you who are just joining us, okay, here's our tape loop that we just made. And here is the tape we're playing here. And I'm going to show you how it is an infinite loop tape. I got it from Cryptic Carousel. Shout out to Cryptic Carousel. I need to get more of these, honestly. So you can't rewind it, you can't flip it. It's kind of as if you get what you get. So in order to do this, let's see. This is the one machine here. Machine 2, okay? You can tell it's my right hand. And we got machine 1 over here. Camera 1, camera 2, camera blue. That's a good place to stop it because I feel like we're going to have to just fire right in. Now, I guess I will take one of these tracks. That's a good one. I'll take that. And we're going to record that to the tape loop. on camera 1 right here. It is a little bit different, isn't it, Hen? 7 C's of Pi. We got Dip in the chat suggesting names. I like that. 7 C's of Pi. It reminds me of that old Primus album. Kiera and I used to listen to that when we were growing up. I love that album. Sailing the Seas of Cheese. I'll have to break out the Casio for that one because that is one cheesy synthesizer. Woo! Okay. You guys are funny. And I sure love you guys. So I'm getting ready here. So I'm rolling the tape. I'm keeping it real over there. We're testing the strength of the splicing tape. Now, yeah, these tape loops are pretty good. They roll for a long time. Okay, I have the headphone output coming from Tascam number 2. Okay, headphones. I think that's this knob here. So if I drop the master. And I'll drop it on the DJ mixer too, so you shouldn't be able to hear that. And if on this recording one, ooh, we're getting complicated today. Should be able to hear. I can only hear noise. So, let's see. Ooh. It's one of these knobs on this Tascam maybe it has to be the master as well. There it is. This Tascam is kind of a strange creature, and you got to have this left and right button pushed. I don't know. Once again, this is not a tutorial. This is a... I don't know what this is. I still haven't figured out what it is. It's a freaky recording session, my people. That sounds very nice. Okay, so I think let's get a nice healthy level on the input, and you should only be hearing the sound. No, you will be. Wait, I'm confused. Let's flip this off here really quick. Yeah, okay. So we are not hearing sound coming from here directly. We are hearing it now coming from there, okay? And that is a bit too healthy of a level. And I think I have no idea how long. Well, I'll watch for the splice. That's usually my cue. But what I like to do is just fade it in and record. I'm going to do it right now. Here we go. Fade it out, and that's getting some sound on sound there because I have the erase head covered. Ooh, sometimes it's nice to just fire right on in. Let's hear what we got. It is a little bit different this Tape Tuesday. We're doing tapes to tape on Tape Tuesday. Ooh, here we go. That's our tape loop, track 1 anyway. Now, I feel like we ought to put in a different tape unless we're not satisfied with that amount of the 7 C's of Pi. C's after. I don't know how you'd say. I kind of wanted to sound like Afterglow or... I don't know. Maybe I should just call it C foam. Ah! That sounds good. We got Crabapple in the chat asking... 2 Tascams? Yes. And this is how I DJ my Ease show. But let me show you here, Crabapple. This is Tascam 1. It's on my left side. That's my left hand there. And then we got Tascam 2 right here on my right side. That's my right hand. And for my Ease show, that's how I do it. I blend them together and it looks really... We'll do the jellyfish once again. Or is that just a school of 2 fish there? Not sure if it is technically a school if it's only 2. A pair of fish! And it's not a parrotfish. Those are a little bit more colorful. A silverfish. Then we can get our Minecraft reference in for the day. Yeah, what do we think about that? Track 1, I kind of like it. It's got the crunch, it's got the loop. I'm wondering if we should take one more track though from this tape here and record it over to this tape here. I guess we can cue it up. We got this one. We got this track plugged in. Let's see what we can conjure up. But it's weird because remember, I can't rewind this tape over here. I'm gonna do the half and half view, just like my Ease show. You got both of them. It's cool, isn't it? I mean, I think it's really cool. Camera 1, camera 2. Okay, let's play this and see if we can just fire in with something that sounds really nice. I gotta set this one up for record. There we go. That's good. Let's do it. Oh, it changed. That's some crunch. Let's take the crunch. All right, let's hear that next track. I just recorded that. All right. Yeah, well, welcome to the new... Welcome you newbies to Tape Tuesday. This is how we do it. And I don't know why I'm not hearing anything. Oh, you got to flip that into tape. It's got some nice bass. Where's Gonzin with the hi-fi system? Is that shaking your walls, Gonzin? See, that's already a happy tape loop. Now we do need to probably switch the source here, so I'll pull this tape out. I'll show you that one more time. It is an infinite loop tape, which is definitely unique and probably somewhat rare. I got it from Cryptic Carousel. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but that'd be great. No, I reached out to Cryptic Carousel and said, hey, maybe we can cut a deal. And he said, maybe if you, if I get an order of 1,000 tape loops or something, or 1,000 cassettes, we can talk about it. But no, that's where you get those, from Cryptic Carousel. All right. So let's see. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, that was mad. Got a load of old computer stuff listed on Facebook and it's gone nuts. People wanting stuff. Made it back there. Made it back here though. Hey, welcome back, Gonzin. Speaking of old computers, did you guys hear the old, I have an old 1987 Macintosh Plus. I'm gonna break that out. I'm gonna promise that to you here because it's just been hanging out right under my right under my big boy computer, the Ableton computer. We can't run Ableton on a Macintosh Plus as far as I know. And I don't feel like that much of a programmer these days to write my own DAW for the Mac in Tosh. But we'll pull that one out and we'll make, I don't know what day we'll do it. Maybe it'll be Tape Tuesday, but we'll get some weird computer. Maybe we'll make a weird computer answering machine tape or something like that. Maybe we'll do an Ease show that's kind of a backrooms feeling where there's phones ringing in the back and answering machines going off with retro sounding computers. I think that would be fun. We need more ideas for Ease shows. I think we might do a jungle one next, but I don't live in the jungle. I live in the desert, so where am I going to get these sounds? Anyways, we always got Hens tape. Maybe I'll pull out Hens tape if I can find it. Oh, it's buried. I'm getting distracted. You know, it happens. So let's find... I'll just grab a random selection of my old tape loops and we'll have a little scan through and figure out something. Well, no, it shouldn't be a tape loop to tape loop. That's kind of boring, right? I got this one here called Freaky Drone. Maybe that'll be a... We'll see. We'll see what we got here. And I can rewind this, so if we find a cool part, we can use it. That's the end of the tape. Gotta flip it. So it'll be in reverse, which is great because we can play tracks reversed on the Tascam. we have access to all tracks. I'm gonna set this up on Tascam. I need names for these two Tascams. I was thinking maybe Thing 1 and Thing 2. Right, and why can't I hear? Okay, so let's get on to track 1. I'll play the other ones. I actually just like that drone. Sometimes it just take it. Just take it, you know? Take it as it comes. Okay, this is the recording one. Whew, this is a lot of double vision going on today. Here, I'll add to the confusion a little bit. I think I'll speed that drone up a bit. Ooh. Maybe I can tune it. There we go. I'm taking it. Let's do it. Let's hear how that turned out. Just firing him right in. This is going to be, it's a little bit more of a mellow tape loop. There's kind of a heavy splice on that new track there, I guess, unless it's this. It's got some nice rumble, right? Speed it up. Maybe I'll speed the machine up. I have a modification. Oh, the machine has been running at fast speed. So I guess let's slow it down. Now that other track really will rumble. Listen to this. Ooh. Hey, that might be great for our jungle soundscape. I think I've decided E's episode 4 will be a jungle themed soundscape. And this will be the tiger. Where's Master Tiger? I see you, Master. Yeah, that's nice. Usually I have the modification on all the time, which means that it's running the Tascam slow, way down to about Walkman speed. And you got a range here, of course. But Tascams, if you don't know, they run about 2 times fast because the more tape you're whipping through the record head and the play head, the better the quality, right? These were home studio machines in the 80s and 90s. Porta Studio, and I just sure love them. My second favorite machine. A little bit of high-pitched noise in there. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but it's kind of like ring, 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 ring. And I wouldn't like that noise if I was doing kind of a pure digital thing, but you have to take what you get with the cassette tapes, and that's what we got. So I guess we have to learn to love the noise that happens. We love tape hiss, that's for sure. Okay, so it sounds pretty good. I'm enjoying this tape loop. I want to have more tape loops that are a bit more easy, a bit more mellow. So that'll go nicely for the future. Okay, this is my favorite tape loop. I told you what my second favorite machine was, and yep, it's the Tascam 414. My first favorite machine, you guys already know, but I'll tell the new ones in the chat. It's the TB303. Give me a like and subscribe. If you like the TB303 as well, we'll have Monosynth Monday next week, because we didn't have one yesterday. This is my favorite tape loop, and when I started to get into tape, I'll tell you a story about this. I guess it's windy outside. Woo, something's going on back there. I thought tapes were falling. I was thinking, oh no! This tape was a blank tape in my mom's cassette tape collection, And I took it because there was nothing on it. And I made my first, I think this is my first tape loop I made out of this tape right here. So thank you, Mom. Thanks, Mom, for supporting my freaky analog journey. I really appreciate you. Anyways, it's in great condition. This is one of those really early SA. It's an SAC90, and I think the C stands for, I don't know what it stands for, maybe communicator, but the C tapes I've noticed, they don't have any leader. They just start straight away because I imagine a lot of fancy dancy businessmen with their dictaphones in the 80s were getting upset that there was tape leader and they were recording to tape leader, which doesn't record anything. Anyways, this is my favorite tape loop, and I love it. Cool. All right, let's pop this one in. I can't remember what synth I used for this. Maybe I did it from my computer. I'm guessing that could be a possibility, as I played it, a VST out of my computer into a shoebox recorder, which I have right down here. It's like a big bulky cassette thing, and I would record, I guess, 2 tracks in stereo, and then, well, I'm not sure. Maybe I did it on a Tascam. Anyways, it's my favorite tape loop. Let's have a little listen here. And we'll tune it up and set it for record on track 4. Track 4 right here. Okay. So I'm playing it. We got jellyfish mode. I'm going to call that jellyfish mode. All right, let's set this for record. It's a lovely tape. Oh, now that makes sense. I was thinking it's weird to record a tape loop to tape loop, but if you're recording all 4 tracks of one tape loop to one track of another tape loop, you're effectively doing an old school style submix. And where's JJ? He knows about submixing, and I know about it too. You can't mix anything after you've submixed it. It can be your friend if you need more tracks on a tape machine, but in the digital era, it's make it a little bit difficult sometimes. Okay. I gotta tune this up. It's not exactly in tune. So let's hear this a little bit. It's going wow, wow, wow. Maybe they're in different keys. It's not sounding... I'll turn the rumble ones off. Whoa, that's a rumble coming from the new one. And if I can line it up just right, it would be one tape loop straight to another. That sounds pretty good, but my favorite part about this one tape loop is just don't think that the notes are working well. That's how we do it on Tape Tuesday. A little bit of figuring them out. This definitely sounds spaceshipy, underwatery. Ooh, that's good. Maybe this one will be the one. It's kind of a low volume though. Let's see if I can boost it a bit. Getting a lot of noise coming from it though. That's not too cool. I like the note that it's given us though. Maybe we'll just add... That's giving a lot of crunch. That's gonna work. Let's do it. Okay. So I will V-vil. I like to do a fade in. There it is. And a fade out, and hopefully that makes the sound on sound less choppy. Okay, let's hear what we got. That should be interesting. That's my favorite tape loop being preserved on a tape loop. Crunchy. A bit of a dropout, which I don't know why, but woo! Here we go. Now we can add some effects. That's kind of a hefty, ooh, a lot of rumble there. I'll turn down those. Oh yeah, I had the bass all the way up on that track. I was trying to rumble your walls there. That's not my saying. My saying is something like shake your walls. How can I forget my own sayings? Now that's that's a serious drone. I like that. And that one track stands alone as a serious heft monster. Heft monster. Also got the effects going. It's a mud bath. Oh boy. Do we dare sound on sound something a little more high pitch onto that track since it just a rumble? Let's see what's going on here in the chat room. How are we doing in the chat? We got Hen and Kiara exchanging bird emojis. That's always a fun time. What do we got? We got a we got an orangutan, a snake, a bird. It looks like a dodo. That's a dodo. And is that bamboo? I thought those were all birds. There's one bird. Oh man, that's funny. And then we got Moo Moo Mochi. Was that a tiger emoji? Welcome, Moo Moo. It's either Moo Moo or Mochi, and then those things eventually solidify like concrete, and then I just call you that forever. We got Richard in the chat. Richard saying, I made some speakers years ago. They weren't transmission line though. I filled them with alpaca wool. Ooh, to dampen the sound. That reminds me of when my dad and I would record drums back in the 90s. We put a good old pillow in the kick drum. Not sure if Ringo Starr did that. Someone did that. Hey guys, check it out. I did a massive thrift day this weekend. I found some strange tapes at the thrift store. Look at these. And this was all from the same guy. It had to be. But these are Tandy computer. Let's see. It's a deluxe certified computer cassette. And it's really cool. There's some other, let's see. 10 minutes playing time each side. Okay, so it's a shorter cassette, but this is what they used in the early computer days, since we've been talking about computers, to store data and to store programs. This one is cool because look, it's got some shiny fake reels in there. It's trying to make it look like one of those TIAC cassette tapes with the reel-to-reel look. Let's open one of these up, I think. They're old, they're dusty, and it makes me want to take a shower after I go to the thrift store, but maybe some of you know that feeling as well. Let's open this up. Yeah, I want to free it from its dusty... Ugh. And of course, it's it's not opening easy. Where are my scissors at? It would... Well, we don't open up new tapes every Tape Tuesday. It's a non-renewable resource. I don't want to... Oh, man, I got my stockpile, though. I was thinking about making a tape loop out of this, but it's so cool, I don't think I can do it. It's the historian in me. I wear all these hats. Sometimes I wear the science hat. I wear the scientist hat and I let it slide, and sometimes I wear my historian hat, which, yeah, looks, ooh, that's very nice. Look at that. Oh, I was so happy. Yeah, I went to this actually wasn't a thrift store. It was kind of one of these, I don't know if you guys have these around. It's called Entertain Mart. And they have just tons of video games. And look at this. That is a beauty. Wow. That's very cool. And it does have screws. You know, I always tell you to look for it when you're at the thrift shop. Get the cassettes with screws. It makes your life very easy. But I have made tape loops by cracking them open like an oyster. You can do that. You just have to tape it shut again all the way around. That's my first cassette tape with the fake reels in it. That's cool, you guys. I like that. So I'll probably put a Soundscape on that, and I didn't read how long they said that was. I guess it was on the wrapper. But that's a Tandy Deluxe Certified Computer Cassette. Yeah. Ooh, I like ya. So I got two of those with the reels, and then I got another one that doesn't have the reel, and it's only a 10-minuter. Let's see if we can figure out how long this one is. It didn't say. It didn't have anything on the wrapper. Warranty, let's see, it's not saying. 10 minutes playtime each side. Well, that's kind of cool. That's a little bit short, but it is cool. I'll show that to you one more time. I got a bunch of other cassette tapes, some used ones. You want to look for the audio books on tape at the thrift shop. Hey, I even picked up for 99 cents some Morris Day. I got Morris Day, what is it, Daydreaming. That'll be fun to listen to. Can't play that on the show, though. Anyways, woo! How we doing? Gonzin is saying, crack it open with a hammer. I know what Gonzin's talking about, and Gonzin is talking about these old pre-recorded cassette tapes that do not have the screws. I don't know if a hammer is the best tool, Gonzin. I think a good old flathead screwdriver in the right protection tab can help you pop it open without shattering the whole thing. You don't want to shatter your cassette case before it can be a beautiful tape loop. I don't know. I have one of these right here. I like to verify what these are, but maybe we should crack one of these open just for Gonzin. This is Jim Nabors. Jim Nabors Sings. Ooh, I wish I could just play that, but I don't want any copyright strikes. Trying to keep my channel clean of copyright protection. Oh boy, there it was. What am I doing? I'm trying to rewind it. Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna rewind it. We got Richard in the chat saying, LOL. Yeah. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike for that, but it doesn't hurt to be careful. It doesn't hurt. We got Kiera in the chat saying, Maxwell's Silver Surfer hammer. That's great. I like that. Was that a double? A double inside joke. Maxwell's hammer. Tung tung. Sorry, Jim. Hey, we got Crazy Jim. Crazy Jim had a brother so damn, let me tell you, about his mom. Tape 3. Oh man, there's numerous tapes. I think we can sacrifice tape 3, right? Let's try it. Although I don't exactly have a flathead. Anyways, what do we think about today's tape loop, guys? There it is. That's a nice little background tape. Let's go back to the Seas After. That's the name I have for it currently. Kind of a weird name. I think I need a better one. Maybe I'll call it Sea Foam because, you know, after the wave crashes, you get sea foam. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. That was very good for Ease Episode 2. And the link for Ease Episode 2 is in the description. And Ease Episode 3 is out. Let's label this. I always forget to label them, and then I have a few tapes in there that do not have the appropriate label on them. So let's do our homework right here on Tape Tuesday. I put a little, I don't know, I like to put Scotch tape on the tape loops. And then I just write on the Scotch tape instead of the tape. Although it's debatable whether just taking some alcohol to the Sharpie would be easier to deal with than trying to get the Scotch tape off of it. That's Tape Tuesday 16. Look at that. We're going strong. Okay. Hey, we got Draco in the chat. Welcome back, Draco. We got Draco saying, I picked up 200 sealed tapes of all sorts of random stuff recently. I crack them open occasionally to harvest the reels and the rollers. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's fun. There's so many tapes out there. Ooh, you want another story? Should we do story time again, or should I wait until I actually make good on that story? I might have a big payload of cassette tapes coming here in the hopefully near future. I'm hoping. I'll just leave you with that as a little teaser. Well, I'll tell you the story when it happens, and then I'll come in with a giant box of cassette tapes. You guys got to get out there. Get out to your local thrift shops and wherever. I mean, you know, eBay's good, but a lot of the times the cassettes are overpriced. Thrift shops are the best because you can get these big boxes of books on tape for $2, depending on where you're at. I don't know. Okay, we're going to break this tape. Let's break it. We're breaking it for science. We're breaking it for the music. Okay, first try. Let's ooh, and I don't want to lose my pins. I don't have a workstation here. It's just all knobs and faders. Now that would be bad if a pin went into a fader. Ooh. Yikes. Okay, I got one little portion of it cracked. I'm going to try to... Can you hear it? Crack, 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 crack. Yeah. You don't want to lose the wheels. You don't want to lose the pins. Oh, man. I don't know, guys. Where's my oyster shucking glove? My chainmail glove. Oh. See, Gonzan's talking about using Maxwell's Silver Surfer hammer, and I'm just over here using my Silver Surfer hands. I think I did it. Look at that. You guys ready for oyster lunch? And it's even the color of an oyster. Ooh, and I lost the slip mat, I think. Oh yeah, that's a moldy tape. I don't like that. I guess it was good to crack it open and use the shell. I don't think we'll make a tape loop out of that, though. But that's a moldy tape. That's the first moldy tape I have ever seen. So what are we going to do about that, Draco? Harvest the rollers and throw the tape away? I don't even... It's a health hazard. Oh, no. I might just... Where's my biohazard bag? I got a biohazard bag for when I got my tin and lead solder for my 303 switch replacement. They put it in a biohazard bag. Turns out I might need a couple of those when I'm dealing with old cassettes. They're supposed to come from a different state, so the cassettes, all the cassettes I've found here in the desert, never seen any mold in them. I don't know, how do I show this to you guys? It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it. There's some white. Here it is. It's welded. No, a little bit of white here and there. Ew. Luckily, I'm not trying to restore that. I just want the shell. That is a thing. Tapes do mold. Anyways, so yeah, I cracked it open. It was really easy. We shucked it like an oyster, and it was a bad oyster. Yuck. Maybe we'll use this shell next time on Tape Tuesday to make our tape loop. But yeah, when you put it back together, then you just have to tape it shut because you got no screws. So, hey, you can make a tape loop out of a tape that does not have screws. You just crack that sucker open. Okay. Yeah. I'll do a little ease preview for you. Where's my electrified rain? It gets the most play out of all of my tapes. As always, if you've had fun here today, give me a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're growing the channel here. I think we just hit 400 subscribers today. Let's see what we're at right now. Looks like we got 401. That's fantastic. Thank you all. I will say, you know what happens when we hit 500 subscribers? It's tape week. We're going to do tape week. Something to do with tapes every single day for an entire week. And as soon as I get that notification from YouTube that I've got 500 subscribers, bam, whoop, we're going live. It's tape week. So hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. But yeah, I appreciate you all. We got Draco in the chat saying, hey, EA, I have a question. Do you ever do loops that venture outside of the cassette enclosure? I will be doing that. That's what the Beatles used to do. Or did they? I mean, I guess you could loop it around the reels and stuff. We're going to do that. The trouble, I suppose, is that the cassette tape loop is very easy to store. I like that. And there's not a lot of camera space around here. But maybe we'll try to do that next tape. We got a lot of tape stuff to do. That's why we got to get those 500 subscribers. So share my channel, share it out to people you think might enjoy this type of freakiness. There's always the ease show for people who are trying to sleep. I mean, wake up. Yeah, that's been on the think list, as to do a tape loop that it would use a cassette tape shell, but at some point it would go like a comet and leave the solar system to go way out there on some crazy parabola orbit. Oftentimes they use a mic stand because you got to have something round, and you feed the tape loop way around there. That'd be nice because I wouldn't have to measure out the dang tape loop length. We'll do it. Now I have a question for you, Draco. Have you ever done one of those? I like what Draco's been doing. I've been following you on Instagram. You got a lot of cool sounds happening, my friend. So I'm glad you found us here on Tape Tuesday. I want to modify more of my tape machines too. I have a ton of cassette machines, but these are my only 4-track cassette machines. Maybe I will at some point start collecting Tascams. We got Draco in the chat saying, "This place is wonderful. Welcome." Welcome, my friends. We're just getting started here. I guess I've only been doing this for about 4 months. That's kind of crazy to think about because I've been gearing up for all of this live stream show craziness for years, and it happened on 303 Day. 303 Day was the day. It was Monday, and I launched my show Monosynth Monday on March 3rd, just about 4 months ago. Maybe it's coming up on 5. I don't really care. Time is a thing, but it's a strange thing. Let's hang out in the chat a little bit before I let you guys go. Let's see. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, if you cut a slot into the side of the multi-track recorder, I think you're talking about the multi-track recorder with a jigsaw, that might work. Well, check it out, Gonzin. Let me show you here. With the Tascam 414, there is a slot, and this is so that you can grab the tape out. Let me stop this here. Here, I'll fade it out nice and easy. I'll show you that. I'll flip the machine up on its side since we're basically done with the show here today. But this slot here allows you to, and this is cool because it has this little window. I love these machines, but this kind of deadens the sound. Sometimes the mechanism has a bit of a sound coming on there. Anyway, so you grab the tape out of there like so, and that's, let's show you here if I can do it kind of carefully without snagging too many wires. You see that? Look at that. That's the slot that we're going to run the tape out of. Well, what I do need to do is you got to cut, you'll have to cut a slot into the tape itself somehow, which shouldn't be too hard. I don't like cutting into things, but let's try to pop this cassette in carefully. All right, you see that? So, boom. That's where the tape is going to come out of. And it can go loop around basically anything, but we'll try to do maybe we'll do a Christmas feature. We'll try the Long Boy tape loop here before Christmas, of course. But what I had this little flash in my brain here, where I would string a tape loop like Christmas lights all around the studio, and I don't know what we would record onto it, but we could try to make a 10-minute long tape loop that strings around the whole place for Christmas. And because I don't need Christmas lights, I just need tape loop hanging like tinsel everywhere. I hope you guys hold me to that. We'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot for ya. Yeah, we got Draco in the chat saying Long Boy tape loops. Long Boy loops, yes. All right, so let's see. Kiara saying, you make it even better, bro. Everyone that reaches here seems to have unique sense to throw in the ring. Yeah, but I open my studio up to the world. Come on in. Come on down to planet Earth. We got a lot of work to do. No, sorry. Welcome to my brain. This is what I have to deal with 24 hours a day, and my dreams sometimes are even wilder. Or even more wild. We got Gonzin in the chat saying maybe use a Dremel. Should be pretty easy, I reckon. I could use a bandsaw or a Dremel. I think I just need a slot in the cassette. Let's have a little look here. I'm wondering. Okay. This might be what I decide to do, you guys. I think the electric archaic way is going to be to just cut off the corner. Just cut the corner. We'll be cutting corners around here. I don't usually like to cut corners, but in this case, the corner seems like a good idea because you see how the tape runs right down. It's tied up against the bottom there. And if it can just go right out there, cut in the corner, that would be good. And then I suppose, I guess I could just cut the whole side of the tape off and then run it back in, loop it, and run it back out. We'll figure that out. I want to figure out the best way to do it. But to me, it seems like letting the tape just fly on that same y-axis or x-axis. You know, I got Minecraft on the brain. Just go straight out of the cassette. Wow. It'll go do its Christmas light Tinseltown thing all over the room, and it'll come back in. I suppose it could come back. You just don't want to scrape the tape, you know. It'd be nice to have it come back in right here and catch the reel and do its looparoony. That'd be cool. We're gonna do it. Thanks for the recommendation, Draco. I appreciate that. I have been thinking about it. Don't want you all to think that I'm resting on my, what do they call that? Resting on my loops. Resting on my laurel-y loops. I try to keep it interesting here. And I think that today was indeed an interesting episode. Well. What should we do? I got some songs up in Ableton if you want me to play you a tune. We could just mess around with some more tape loops. I have a handful of tape loops I did not get to play yesterday on Ease. See, I bumped the Tascam to show you guys that, and we're all out of sync. That's okay though. Do the sync. Yeah, we'll do some destructive loops as well. I've seen people put chunks of sandpaper in there, or I guess steel wool you could put in there. That sounds kind of gross, though. I don't think I want to mess around with steel wool. But there are... yeah, we can do that. I just came out of the janky tape loop realm, though, into the really clean splice technique realm. So to think about scratching the tape to add to the crunchiness and the sound over time, that's a cool thing, though, where people... I guess you could run the tape out of your machine onto a microphone stand that has sandpaper on it, and every time it makes a loop, it just gets more and more crustacean-y. Crustacean-y. For the crust. You guys don't mind if I make up my own words every now and then, right? I try to have good grammar, but I also try to make up very strange words. Yeah, definitely check out the Ease show. There's a link to Ease episode 2 right here in the description, but maybe I'll post the link to Ease episode 3. Here I am Googling Ease. I don't think it'll show up quite yet on Google. I gotta go to YouTube. Open up a new tab here. Yeah, that was cool. I'm sad you missed it, Draco. I saw you over on Reddit, but maybe you were busy making your own tape loop show. I don't know. I'm gonna grab the link for Ease. There's a playlist with all the Ease shows in it. Maybe I'll just give you guys that. Here we go. I'm gonna post this in the chat here. Click it in a new tab. Do whatever you want with it. I guess we're about done with this show today. Does anyone else have any more questions? Let's answer all the questions you have. I'm here for ya. Yeah. I feel you, Draco. Life is too busy. There's a little bit of a practice you can do, and I found that it does work, although you have to believe in it in order for it to work. And what you do is you visualize yourself warping time, because apparently time isn't really a thing. It is a thing, but it's not exactly the thing you might think the thing would be. But if you just warp it down a couple notches, it will help you feel like you got more time. Try it out. I don't know. Let me know. I need to remind myself to do that every now and then. I get a little bit frantic before some of my shows because it's a lot of things to set up, and I have 3 VHS cameras. I got to flip them all on. I got to turn off the weird text battery clock thing. 3 video mixers, Tascams, DJ mixer. String. Wow, it's a lot. So in that sense, I don't know if I need to warp time too much, but it always helps to just calm yourself. Or even just you can always take 1 minute. If you're dealing with linear time, you can take 1 minute. 1 minute is actually a long time if you just force yourself to, just close your eyes. I mean, I know I joke about having a tape timer, but maybe maybe we'll do a meditation on my show. Do you guys need me to be your guide? Should we do a guided meditation every week? Maybe I'll do... I have so many ideas for other shows. I got Feedback Friday that everyone seems very busy on Fridays, so we don't get a really good turnout on that, so I didn't really continue doing that show, but I'm building up some gear. I'm revving up for another Feedback Friday extravaganza here. I really enjoy that. That's all about analog video, this kind of stuff. And this kind of stuff. But Friday is just not the best day for YouTube, I guess. I don't know. So, let's see. It's fun to hang out in the chat. Maybe I'll just do that might be another show, maybe I'll do the Jono show. Jono! We can do the Jono show where I just put a computer right in front of me and we just chat it up. I don't know, we talk about things. I've got a lot of stories. I've been around the world a couple of times, and I know a couple of people that have been around the world a lot of times. Send me your stories. I don't know. We're going to build this community. You can always post interesting things in my YouTube community. That'd be great. I'm sure that would help the channel. If you have a think about me, if you think about the show, you got some idea on like a Thursday or a Sunday, post it in the community. It's right there. It's right there on my channel. I think YouTube. I'm not sure if that's YouTube's response to Discord, but I'd like to keep it on YouTube if we can. However, I do have a Discord. It's just not exactly... I don't have the links out for it. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, has EA got a Discord? I do have a Discord. Maybe I should just post the link to that. I'm not the best at Discord. I don't know, maybe... Let's see here. Let's try this out. I have... Ooh, who's all on Discord here? Yeah, that would be dope. Okay, let's make a Discord. I have one. Let me see here. Let's go Electric Archaic. I have the Hello World chat. And let's see, Hello World. I imagine I could just grab this link and share it with you guys. Invite members. Can you invite yourself? I just invited Kiera. Okay, share invite. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to copy that link. Let's see if I can get into my own live stream. I'm on my phone. I promise you guys I won't do that too often, but it's for ya. That's another thing that Kiara likes to make fun of me for saying "freakier" instead of "for you." Check this out. Let's see how this works. Let's give it a little test run. That is the invite link to my Discord, and hopefully that's gonna work for you guys. Welcome. I'll say welcome to the world. Oh, we got Gonzin. We got Gonzin in the chat. And it's the Discord chat. Oh, no, I showed my phone on livestream. I had this thing in my mind where I wanted my show to feel like it could be in the 90s or the 80s, but it seems a little bit more probably 90s-ish. We got Gonzin in the chat. Welcome, Gonzin. That's cool. So let's do it. That'll be the thing. You can, of course, also post in my YouTube community. You can... Here, let's do it. Let's do the whole thing. Follow me on SoundCloud. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Bandcamp. Go to electricarchaic.com. Pick up some sample banks from yours truly. I put a lot of good work into those sample banks. We got Draco in the chat. We got Wichell in the chat. Who's Wichell? Wichell. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Growth feels good, right? But I'm doing it, again, like I say, for ya. I want to be a good resource for everyone on the planet. And I'm doing that through music and inspiration. Hopefully I inspire somebody. Yeah, we got Kiara in the Discord. That's great. That's great. So we can post links and ideas here in the Discord. We can do it in the YouTube community as well. I mean, I'll do my best to stay on top of all of this stuff, but we can also make a Tape Tuesday chat. The Hello World is basically just my first Discord chat there. So welcome to that. That is great. Ooh, it's Hen. And we got Master Tiger in the chat. Your username is actually Master Tiger. I've been wondering if Master Tiger was ever going to change their username on YouTube. Because of me. I would be honored. No, that's funny. Did you just make a Discord just now, Master? Amazing. Well, that'll be fun. We can continue our chat bonanza, extravaganza. Our chat shenanigans can continue outside of live stream. Now I really won't ever get any personal space. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's cool. That's great. Because some people can't catch all of the shows, so this would be a place where we can just continue to chat. We can chat. We will chat. Great. Okay, guys. Okay, my people. I know I got some Europeans out there that probably need to get their sleep. Put on an ease episode and seize the night. We got Kiara in the YouTube chat. Now see how these things just get more and more complex. It's a fractal universe. Infinite complexity. Cool. Well, let's do it. I love you all, and I love this planet, and I know that you love this planet too. Love your mother. Gotta love your mother. That's most important, my people. I think I'll leave you guys with a song. This one's called You've Got the Blue Light. It's on my album Vega Starshine. Let's hear it. Check it out. Good night to my Europeans and everyone else on the other side of the world. It's time for me to go outside and get some sunshine. touch grass, as they say. And just remember, you're the one. You might be the one with the blue light. I don't know, whatever color light your is, whatever color light your is, let it shine. Because together we can make a better today. And if we accumulate enough better todays, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be a better tomorrow, my friends. I'll see you next week for whatever shows we decide to do. Whatever show I decide to do. Try to gear up for Ease, episode 4. The jungle theme. I don't know. We'll see. Woo!